Good morning, staff and students. Please be seated. Today, May 26th, is Sorry Day, a special day in the calendar for all Australians. The first Sorry Day was held in 1998, 1 year after the Human Rights and Equal Opportunity Commission inquiry produced the Bringing Them Home report on the stolen generation. Between 1910 and the 1970s, as many as 1 in 3 First Nations children were forcibly removed from their families and communities. The Acknowledgement of Country will be delivered by Heath Mason, followed by a reflection of the importance of the occasion of National Sorry Day.
Good morning. My name is Heath Mason. My totem is a Sangarena. I'm a proud Wiradjuri man with my family originally from the Riverina area. I was raised and educated on Darul land my whole life. I feel blessed to have such a strong connection and sense of belonging to the land that we are meeting on today. I acknowledge the traditional custodians and the Darul ancestor of the land which we are all meeting on today. I pay my respects to elders past, present, and our emerging leaders, and to all First Nation people present with us today. I would also like to extend my acknowledgement to all non-Indigenous people gathered here today. May our ancestors guide our gathering today to be a respectful, positive, and inclusive one for us all. Every year on the 26th of May, National Sorry Day remembers and acknowledges the mistreatment of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people who were forcibly removed from their families and communities, which we now know as the stolen generations. National Sorry Day is a day to acknowledge the strength of stolen generation survivors and reflect on how we can all play a part in the healing process for our people and nation. While this date carries great significance for the stolen generations and other Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples, it is also commemorated by Australians right around the country. As we take time to reflect on our history, it is important to also see the path we are now leading towards. Whilst we understand the actions of our shared history have created significant losses for many, it is how our actions of today will shape our future societies. On the shoulders of Arnie Bernie Compton, Mrs. Robinson and Mr. Ashby, the First Nations program here at St. Greg's acknowledges and celebrates his First Nation history and knowledge. As we progress towards reconciliation, the college community will continue to support and encourage further understanding and sharing of our First Nation stories and connection. Last week we saw a display of culture here in the school that both celebrated and educated all who attended. Events hosted by the college saw our First Nations young men leading cultural understanding and knowledge sharing for national sporting organisations like the National Rugby League. The week culminated in the college hosting more than 70 of our First Nations families, fostering further connection to both the college and wider community of First Nations people. We were blessed to be able to capture some footage of our boys proudly performing their culture, which we would like to share with you all. And whilst this is something we celebrate here at the St. Greg's, National Sorry Day reminds us all that our journey towards true reconciliation has not always afforded our First Nations people to be as open with sharing culture.
Touch the hearts of the broken, homeless, and inflicted, and heal their spirits. In your mercy and compassion, walk with us as we continue on our journey of healing to create a future that is just and equitable. Lord, you are our hope. St. Martin and St. Gregory, Mary, our good mother, and let us always remember. In the name of the Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Amen.
Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are one and free. We've golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is good by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty, rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance, Australia fair. In joyful strains, then let us sing, advance, Australia fair.
Please be seated. Today we have the opportunity to recognise the efforts of some of our Year 12 students, followed by acknowledgement of some of our sporting teams and successes. To introduce Year 12 course awards and announce award recipients, please welcome to the stage Mr. Bullock, our Stage 6 Academic Care Leader.
Good morning, Mr. Brennan, families, teachers and students. Significant focus of the Assembly this morning is to acknowledge students from Year 12 who have attained excellent academic results in their courses based on their half-yearly reports. Awards will be presented to students for gaining first, second and third place in each course. Could I ask all award recipients to move to the side of the hall, please? As the awards are presented, I would ask that you hold your applause until the end, when together we will congratulate all the award winners. Mr. Brennan will present these awards, assisted by Mrs. Tolomeo. Connor Brown, equal second, studies in Catholic thought. Dylan Burgess, first place, ancient history. Ryan Carter, third place, mathematics extension 2. Ocean Cretan, first place, industrial technology. In his absence, Camille Dunath, equal second, chemistry. Ethan Donaghy, equal second, geography. Brandon Duck, second, English studies. In his absence, Harry Elson, first place, geography. Joshua Federico, equal first, investigating science. Thomas G, equal first, mathematics standard 2. Samuel Gelder, equal first, mathematics standard 2. Carmelo Labazetta, equal second, mathematics advanced. Bryce Lawrence, third place, mathematics standard 2. Cooper Mengen, third place, legal studies. I'd have a round of applause for the students on stage. Jude McCormack, third place, visual arts. Logan Norrie, third place, numeracy. Jack Nui, equal second, Industrial Technology. Josh Oberreiner, third place, Software Design and Development. Blake Party, equal second, English Standard. Jack Peters, Teacher's Commendation, Vet Retail Services. Colin Prenter, Teacher's Commendation, Vet Fitness. Isaac Puce, second place, Software Design and Development. Max Rouvain, third place, Agriculture. Angus Ryan, equal second, Industrial Technology. Timothy Saunders, equal second, Geography. Sam Shortland, Teacher's Commendation, Vet Construction. Dylan Smith, Teacher's Commendation, Vet Fitness. Jaden Susanjara, equal second, Studies in Catholic Thought. In his absence, Blake Truman, first place, English Studies. Liam Walsh, first place, Business Studies. Have a round of applause for the students on stage. Sam Batten, equal second, Industrial Technology, and Teacher's Commendation, Vet Primary Industries. In his absence, Hayden Brown, third place, Engineering Studies, third place, Investigating Science. Toby Drinnan, equal first place, Agriculture, third place, Biology. Aidan Ellis, equal first, Investigating Science, third place, PDHPE. Zachary Evans, second place, Society and Culture, second place, Visual Arts. Daniel Long, second place, Mathematics Extension 1, first place, Software Design and Development. In his absence, Ethan Ray, second place, Numeracy, first place, Sports, Lifestyle and Recreation Studies. Benjamin Ryan, equal second, English Advanced, first place, Visual Arts. William Sefo, equal third, English Studies, third place, Sports, Lifestyle and Recreation. Lachlan Stanley, third place, Modern History, equal second, Studies of Religion 1. Joshua Trevitt, first place, PDHPE, equal third, Studies of Religion 2. Oliver Tucker, second place, Ancient History, equal second, English Advanced. Harrison Windsor, first place, Engineering Studies, equal second, Mathematics Advanced. Aidan Connolly, second place, Biology, third place, Business Studies, second place, Engineering Studies. Adam Eason, equal third, English Studies, first place, Numeracy, second place, Sports, Lifestyle and Recreation Studies. Kieran Minogue, first place, Mathematics Extension 1, equal first, Mathematics Extension 2, first place, Physics. Peter Reardon, equal second, English Standard, first place, Studies in Catholic Thought, Teacher's Commendation, Vet Construction. Andrew Salian, equal second, Chemistry, first place, Mathematics Advanced, third place, Physics. Samuel Smith, first place, English Advanced, equal first place, Legal Studies, first place, Music. I might give a round of applause for the students on stage. Carlos Adina, first place, English Standard, third place, Music, Second place, PDHPE, and second place, Studies of Religion 2. Justin Blooms, second place, Business Studies. Second place, English Extension 1. Equal first, Legal Studies. Third place, Society and Culture. Lachlan Dady, third, Society and Culture. Apologies, Maths Extension 1. Equal third, equal first, Maths Extension 2. Second place, Physics. Equal third, Studies of Religion 2. Hamish Skillen, first place, Biology. First place, Chemistry. Equal first, Modern History. Equal second, Studies of Religion 1. Elliot Power, equal first, Agriculture. Equal second, English Advanced. First place, English Extension 1. Equal first, Modern History. First place, Studies of Religion 2. Angus Ryan, Angus Limbry. Third place, Ancient History. Equal second, English Advanced. Third place, English Extension 1. Second place, Music. First place, Society and Culture. First place, Studies of Religion 1. A round of applause for the last gentleman.
Congratulations to our Year 12 students. Please now turn your attention to the Year 11 music class, who will now perform a medley of old-time rock and roll and Danger Zone.
Revving up your engine, listen to a howling roar. Metal under tension, begging you to touch and go. Highway to the danger zone. We're headed right into the danger zone. Still like that old time rock and roll. That kind of music just soothes your soul. I reminisce about the days of old with that old time rock and roll. Oh yeah. Headed into twilight, spreading out her wings tonight. Old time rock and roll. She got you jumping out the deck and shoving into overdrive. I like that old time rock and roll. Highway to the danger zone. Rock and roll. We're headed right into the danger zone. Still like that old time rock and roll. That kind of music just soothes your soul. I reminisce about the days of old with that old time rock and roll. Still like that old time rock and roll. That kind of music just soothes your soul. I reminisce about the days of old with that old time rock and roll. Still like that old time rock and roll. That kind of music just soothes your soul. I reminisce about the days of old with that old time rock and roll. Rock and roll.
Thank you to the Year 11 music class for sharing your talents. It is now time to call upon Mr. Tyler, who will acknowledge some of the latest sporting success in the college.
Good morning, Mr. Brennan, parents, staff and students. This morning I'd like to take this opportunity to acknowledge some of the wonderful sporting achievements from our boys this semester. Firstly, could I get Mr. Brennan please to come stand up to present some awards? Firstly, I'd like to acknowledge the cross-country age champions. So could I get the age champions for cross-country please to stand up on the side of the stage? In his absence, the 12 years age champion for the cross-country is Lachlan Arendz. 13 years age champion, Seth Oberon. "14 years, Cooper Clugston. "15 years, Nathan Salter. In his absence, the 16 years age champion, Archie Knott. 17 years age champion, Lincoln Palmetta. And the 18 years age champion cross country for 2023 is Joel Offord. Could we please give these students a round of applause? Could I please keep Mr. Brennan up on stage? Secondly, I'd like to acknowledge our 9 and 10 PDS basketball team. Can we please get the 9 and 10 basketball team to the side of the stage, please? Now, while they're getting up, these gentlemen have already received their awards, but I thought it'd be an excellent acknowledgement that they deserve for winning the competition to come up on stage. So last term, we had our Thursday PDS competition, and the 9 and 10 boys basketball defeated St Dom's 40-33. An excellent all-round effort with the MVP of the final going to Kingston Titani. I'd like to call on stage in alphabetical order. First, Ethan and Tala. Dylan Chu. Jackson Coleman. Mitchell Moss. Noah Hughes. Aidan Richards. As I said earlier, the MVP in the final, Kingston Titani. Kyan Wilton. Ethan Matthews. And Jackson Wolford. An outstanding achievement by this team, so can we give these boys a round of applause? Next we have our CCC Rugby League. Last Friday and Saturday we had about 15 boys competing in either the Metropolitan or Parramatta Diocese trials. Out of those 15, we had 3 boys successful in the New South Wales CCC in either the under-15s or Opens team. Could I get the 3 boys to please come to the side? For the under-15s New South Wales CCC Rugby League team, we have Thomas Goodfield. Opens Rugby League, Heath Mason. And lastly, Lachlan Dooner. These three gentlemen will be travelling up to Redcliffe to play the likes of the CHS and CAS teams. Can we please give them a round of applause? Lastly, I'd like to call off stage Mrs. Giles, our first grade basketball coach, to acknowledge the fine efforts of our first grade basketball team in the Marist Carnival.
The following students represented St Gregory's in the 2023 Marist Basketball Tournament in Adelaide last term. We have Kai Alley, Hamish Bevan, Mason Hunter, Cohen Prenter, Isaac Puce, Angus Ryan, Dylan Sharp, Taj Stapleton, Oliver Stewart, in his absence, Isaac Sykes, Kyan Wilton, and our captain, Jake Wright. This team went away as a group of individual personalities, but quickly became a very strong, united team with a common focus and goal. They were extremely determined as a group to succeed on the court, and each knew and played their role with the rest of the team in mind. This was evident in all aspects of the daily routine throughout the week, and it took less than half a day for all the team members to become inseparable. It might have been the loss of the boarding pass through the gap between the plane, or squishing Angus and Hamish into their seats on the plane. For 3 years, this tournament was not held, so we were very unsure about how we would go and what other teams would be like. Essentially, the team were informed to give their all and have some fun. We started the tournament with very strong wins, but went to finish second in our pool after being defeated by the host school. This meant that we crossed to another pool playing the first place team. After at least an hour delay at the start of the game due to referee unavailability, this was a pivotal moment in the tournament. Assumption College, Kilmore, had their girls' team with saucepans in tow and numerous parents providing loud support. But we played the most consistent and exciting basketball to achieve a big upset and move to the semi-finals. Unfortunately, with a couple of injuries and some foul trouble in the semi-final, we lost our momentum and allowed Bulleen to overrun us with some good shooting. The final margin was definitely not an indication of how the majority of the game was played out. So we moved on to play off for third place against Ashgrove, and the focus and determination of this team meant it was never in doubt. This is only the second time in St Gregory's history that we have achieved this ranking, an amazing result. During this tournament, the coaches of the opposing teams awarded 3-2-1 points for an MVP. The player that was awarded the MVP for our team led from the front, both on and off the court, praised others for their achievements, and encouraged them when things were not going right. He was an amazing leader of this group, and words cannot express how pivotal this was to getting the team to the placing they did. He is admired and respected by all the boys, and especially by me as well. Our MVP was Jake Wright. Every year, a Marshlands Chapania Award is presented to an individual in the team whose performance both on and off the court represents the ideals of the Marist founder, St. Marcelin. The winner of this award gave everything on the court to ensure that the team had every opportunity to succeed. His calm but competitive nature inspired those around him, and even when we faced huge challenges, he showed that if we bonded as a team, anything was possible. The Chapania Award for our team was Cohen Prenter. The top 10 players out of approximately 200 are selected by a committee that watches throughout the tournament. If I was a part of the committee, I would have all our team there. But unfortunately, the new guidelines that there are only one player allowed per team in this elite group. Cohen Prenter has been a member of the first grade team for the past 3 years, and during this tournament, he demonstrated a very consistent and determined performance. He truly deserved to be named in the Marist 10, and is an extremely proud moment for our school. Congratulations, Cohen, a well-deserved finish to your basketball representation. Very proud of these fine young men, and I thank Mr. Limbry for spending the week with us as well. Very proud of their maturity and the respect that they showed at all times. It was very humbling when teachers from other schools approached Mr. Limbry and myself to personally congratulate us, telling us that they felt our team were the people's champion. They commented on our class and that watching our boys on and off the court gave them great joy. Congratulations, you fine young men.
Can I please now invite Mr. Brennan to the lectern for the principal's address?
Good morning to our Reverend Brothers, represented here by Brother Ernest, to staff of the college, to our families who've been able to join us for the assembly today, and of course the young men of St Greg's. Can I start by thanking everybody involved in today's assembly? It was a great display of so many different things that we celebrate in our college. We spoke about the National Sorry Day, which I'll speak about in a moment, and the challenge we have all as a St Greg's community. We also had a look at our wonderful achievements academically of our senior group. It was great to see so many boys doing so well there. Our Year 11 music, again, that was I've never heard that sort of compilation, 2 songs mashed together like that, and that was fantastic. And then obviously recognising our success, particularly in sport. It is appropriate that today is National Sorry Day, because yesterday in Brisbane there was a conference held around threats to sports integrity. That was run by the Sports Integrity of Australia. And their CEO, David Sharp, in his keynote address, spoke about the importance of not only sport in this country, but the importance and the part that it plays in removing racism. And while, as I said, today is very much National Sorry Day, and we do all acknowledge the failings of our forefathers and the history there, one of the things Heath put, I thought, so well was the importance now of looking forward and seeing what we need to do. And I'm going to quote a little bit out of what Mr. Sharp had to say to a large group of people involved in sport and all sorts of other areas of Australian life. He said, every weekend we witness incredible achievements across Australian sport, from the winning professional teams to the joy produced by the 6-year-old participating in a sporting event for the first time. He then goes on to say, though, however, on a weekly basis, we witness cowards hiding behind keyboards, racially abusing our sporting heroes, or people hiding in the sporting crowd yelling racial abuse while 3 rows deep. He's urged sporting fans to call these people out, draw a line in the sand on the behaviour that's unacceptable. When we hear it, we need to say, mate, you can't say that. I don't want to see our great champions walk away from sport because of abuse. I don't want to see Australian children walk away from the opportunity to participate in sport because these cowards are not brave enough to show their face. Sport has a positive impact on Australian culture, he went on to say, and is the fabric that draws us together. He concludes by saying, let's make these cowards the minority, and that fans need to take control of their sports. They need to pledge to remove this from our sports. I think, as I said, today's assembly with the theme of National Sorry Day, coupled with the success of our academics and the celebration of our sports, we as a community can be at the forefront of this. And it is really, really important on a daily basis that we call each other out for poor behaviour, racial behaviour. We talk about our culture and the importance of our culture, our Greg's culture. And a big part of that has to be the acceptance and the understanding and the celebration of the diversity of our group. And as I said today, we acknowledge the things that have been done poorly in the past. But we also acknowledge, as he said, that doesn't hold us back. That gives us the opportunity as a community of St Greg's, as a young Catholic community, to say that what has happened in the past isn't acceptable, and we as a generation moving forward are no longer going to accept it. So I thought when I was reading last night what a great timing it was for that conference, Threats to Sport Integrity Conference in Brisbane. And when looking at what our Assembly was about today, we are celebrating our First Nations people, acknowledging that there has been mistakes made in the past, but importantly looking forward to a bright future. And that bright future is the young people sitting here, our academics, our musicians and our sportsmen. So the challenge I have for you, if you are hearing things happen around the place that you know is countercultural to what we're expecting, that you are brave enough to call it out, that we become a community that calls out nonsense, calls out racism, that calls out any sort of behaviour which singles out or makes somebody feel uncomfortable. Again, congratulations to everybody for putting today's assembly together. Hopefully it's left a number of boys in Year 11 and Year 12 motivated, and the rest of the school to work well in their studies, to achieve and make the sporting teams or the individual accolades that our sportsmen's got. If you have a talent for music, you need to get involved in that as well, all umbrellaed under the fact of respect for all of our cultures, not only respect, but to celebrate them all. Have a good week.
Please now stand for the singing of the Sutuum as our official party leave the stage.
Please be seated. Well, that brings to a conclusion our assembly for today. Thank you to all the staff and the students who are contributing to the assembly. Thank you also to our parents who have shown up in great force today. I would now like to ask our parents and guests if you could leave the hall, and our students will just remain seated while that happens. The next group that I'll call to leave the hall are our award recipients.